Hi, Aries. Hope you're well. Hold on a second. Let me turn the volume down because I don't want it to reverb. So hopefully it's loud enough. Excuse me. I'm still on the mend. So I might cough through this, clear my throat, or sniffle. I apologize in advance. January 2019. Welcome to the new year. We're going to get straight into the cards because I know you guys just want to know what's happening. Well, first, the energy is shifting. There are eclipses in your 10th house and in your 5th house. So 10th house is all about work and career and your public, like how the public sees you. And your 5th house is all about relationships. And you have Uranus direct again. Welcome to 2019. The biggest thing right now is through these shifts to keep your vibration high. And if you're still holding on to things from 2018, 2017, all the way back to 2010, or 2010, 2011, if you're still holding on to things from 2010 and up, whatever it is, and it's no longer serving you, person, place, or thing, it's time to release that. And the reason why it's time to release that is because when Chiron moves back from Pisces back into your sign, that'll happen. Oh, it just went out of my mind. It just went out of my brain. I think it happens in April or May. I'll know for sure, but it does happen in like a couple of months, like 4 or 5 months. And you need to prepare for that time. And Chiron is like the wounded healer. So when it's in Aries, it's more like that wounded warrior vibe, where you may have all of these things start to come up and not entirely sure like how to feel about it, but you almost want to fight it. You know what I mean? Like you're ready to brawl. You're ready to get rid of all the toxic stuff and blah, 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 blah. The thing is you don't want to be holding on to grudges or resentments or bad vibes, bad feelings when Chiron comes in, because it could amplify that and you want to be in a high vibration. So now is the time, because you are feeling the shift and you are feeling really, really good about things. And you want to be successful. And the eclipse in the first week is going to show you how to do that and where you're faltering, where you might be tripping up a little bit. All right, I just wanted one more, but we'll take 2. And the eclipse in the end of January is going to show you where you need more from people and relationships that you haven't been getting it, right? And so like literally, I love eclipse season. I don't love it because it can be really hard, but that pain is refining you. That pain, that anguish, that heartache is making you realize what you deserve and how much you deserve. Okay, so let's look at the cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune, energy shift. Where are we going to it? High vibes. Ace of Wands, big opportunities. Big lucky, lucky, lucky opportunities. What could possibly hold you back from this victory? Everything you're holding on to. The 8 of Cups. All of that emotional baggage that you have to walk away from, and it doesn't mean that you get rid of people, right? It doesn't mean that you get rid of everything. These 8 cups are still standing, but you have to let go of the ways that you're holding on to it that are not healthy for you. Codependency. Feeling like if you let go of this person in your life, they'll never come back or they'll never be around. Feeling like you can't live without somebody or something. This could be addictions even, because, and obsessions. Um, it's like the feeling of, I know that this person is not communicating with me in the way that I need them to be communicating with me, and it's really, really painful. And if you're not addressing that, or if you're recognizing that there's a person that's clinging on to you, however much you love them, clinginess, codependency, and all of that is not going to serve you at this time. And you want to be recognized. The Six of Wands is all, and you're walking straight into the Six of Wands. The Eight of Cups is like a journey of self-discovery. And what are you discovering about yourself? That you're worthy, right? That you deserve all of it. You deserve all the good stuff. You deserve the celebration. You deserve the recognition. And you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. We do have the King of Swords. And I feel, and this is kind of why I'm saying this, I feel like this person has you in a very anxious state of mind where you're constantly asking for more from them. And even if you're not like blatantly doing it, where you're like, you know what? And it doesn't have to be an air sign, just somebody who has kind of become cold. If it's not an air sign, it's somebody who's become cold. And not all air signs are cold. I'm just saying the King of Swords can often represent somebody who is shut out and cold, or can easily shut themselves off. Air signs can shut themselves off blink of an eye, right? And you guys don't work like that. You guys go after what you want. And so when somebody's not coming after you, then you feel like they don't want you. Maybe the person's just going through some things, some life changes. Everybody's going through life changes right now, trust me. But you take it personally. Like, what? Like, if you're going through life changes, then talk to me about it. Come to me about it. Let's figure this out together. But with the Nine of Swords and the Page of Cups, they've got you in this like state of mind where it's like the wheel is constantly turning and you can't turn it off. Meditation and breathing exercises will help you turn that wheel off. The best, and literally the eclipses that, like, the relationship side of this, the eclipses will, especially the one in January, that is the eclipses in the 0 degrees of Leo, but it's during Aquarius season, like right when Aquarius season starts. This is your relationship sector, right? Because it's in the sign of Leo, 5th house. Passion projects, creativity, relationships, being excited. And if there are things in your life, what is a lunar eclipse? What's a full lunar eclipse? It's eclipsing things out of your life that don't sit with your highest good. Let's see what the Wheel of Fortune is. I'm so excited for your reading. I told you guys, and I am going to redo your 2019 reading because I know the technical stuff. It was horrible, and I'm so sorry for that. I actually never even watched the reading because I don't like to watch myself, but I am going to start doing premieres and stuff. So this will be premiered. You guys can watch this with me. It's not live. It's just a premiere. It's pre-recorded. But I will be redoing your 2019 reading. So 10 of Wands on the Wheel of Fortune. You've worked really hard to get here. And I want you to applaud yourself for that. And this is the thing, is when we allow other people to get us in a state of the Nine of Swords and the Page of Cups, when we allow is a really big word that I'm going to start using a lot in 2019. So watch for it. Because you are in charge of yourself. You are not in charge of the way other people treat you. When you allow other people in your energy and they treat you poorly and you continuously allow them to do that, it's your fault. It's not the other person's fault. They're showing you their true colors already. But you're still allowing them to make you feel this way because you're keeping them around. Personally, I refuse. And if you haven't seen on my Instagram, I've been the meme queen while I've been sick the last week and a half. And lots of really good insight happening on my Instagram these days. So Fearless Intuition 1111, go check that out. Ace of Wands. Big opportunities that you've been working really, really hard for. And you don't want anything to get in your way anymore. And you know, when I tell you, like, who are you allowing to make you feel like that, you know who it is. It doesn't have to be an air sign. You know exactly who I'm talking about. And you can even just hold the space, the energy space for that, right? And here you sit patiently waiting, Seven of Pentacles on the Ace of Wands, for this opportunity to show up, for these passion projects to show up, for this fifth house eclipse energy to pop into your life and be like, this is going to make you amazing. But the reason why you're still waiting and you're still working relentlessly very hard for this energy shift that's happening for you, it's because you have to make space. The cards are saying it's now time for you to make space so you can see the gift when it shows up. So you can see, because aces are free will and we can't ask for them to show up. They just show up. We can take it or we don't have to take it. But you guys have been waiting for this to happen. The thing is there room in your life for it? Or are you holding space, negative energy space for someone or something that's blocking you from greatness? That's what I want you to ask yourself right now. So what's the Eight of, whoa. Yeah, see? You going on this journey of self-discovery and trying to find yourself and releasing all that things, it's not easy to do. Nine of Wands on the Eight of Cups. It's not easy to do, but again, like, you're fighting the good fight. You're persevering. You're doing it. It's not going to be easy. It never will be. And people are like, then what's the point? Well, if it were easy, then what's the point? If everything were always easy in life to get to, how boring would that be? I wouldn't want to live an easy life, honestly. And I've lived a really, really difficult life. People look at me now and they're like, but you're so free and easygoing. And I'm like, I always have been, really. I have my moments of anxiety. I have my moments of lashing out. Yes, I'm human. I am still a spiritual being living a human experience, right? I am human. But when it comes down to it, why waste your time constantly beating your head up against a wall for something that's not serving you anyways? For something that's not giving back to you? It's just putting you in a Nine of Swords. It doesn't have to be a relationship. Maybe it's a job. I feel like it's very emotional. And I feel like it's keeping you from your purpose. It's like somebody triggers you, like this person will trigger you one day, and then the rest of your day is ruined. You can't get anything done creatively. You can't focus at work. You can't focus on whatever, thing that you want to do because this person triggered you and you're an emotional wreck now. That's what I'm saying. That's the toxic stuff that needs to be removed. And that's what the eclipsers are going to do. So yeah, these readings have been really, really deep and transformational. And how do you get to victory? Healthy boundaries. Seven of Wands on the Six of Wands. How do you get to victory? How do you rise above? Seven of Wands, healthy boundaries. You defend yourself. You stand up for yourself. You say, I'm better than the way that you're treating me. And maybe it isn't the King of Swords. Let's see who the King of Swords is. Before I keep bashing on the King of Swords, let's see who he really is. Okay. Three of Cups. I'm going to grab one more. King of Cups. Hierophant. Okay. If this is a person, I feel like you have a spiritual connection with this person. And if you're trying to decide between a King of Swords and a King of Cups, that's showing up here. I feel like you have a spiritual connection with this person. And that's why it's hard when they don't treat you right. this could be the same person. They could have water in their chart, and it's like their emotions run really, really deep, but they're not open about it. I feel like this person is not accessible to you. Both of these cards, like the King of Cups has a lot of emotions, but he kind of holds back. He's very intense with his emotions. He'll be open about it when he wants to, but it's not readily open about emotions. And the King of Swords is kind of cold and shut down. Now, the Hierophant and the Three of, I feel like this person has taught you great things, like taught you a lot about yourself, because the Hierophant is about like higher learning, spirituality, the institution. I feel like this person is staying in the status quo of life on purpose because they're not ready to expand. And even though you feel like there's a spiritual connection with them, and even though you feel like they mean so much to you in your life, look at how it ends up. And we're going to clarify these as well. Look at how it ends up. So I don't have a counter on my computer, so I had to look at my phone to see how long the reading's going. I don't have, it's like weird because I got new equipment, so I don't have a counter. It doesn't tell me how long the video is, which is fine. I mean, it's not distracting anymore. It was distracting to me before. So their slowness, their being extremely slow in offering you anything, and it's like some days they're in and out. It's like they're in and out, in and out, in and out, right? So on the Page of Cups and the Nine of Swords, we have the Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. And it's like, you see them as the king, right? You know they have emotions, you know, right? And that could be women too. Like, I know men watch this. These kings could be women as well. Don't get caught up in the gender. It's a general reading. And it's like, and I had to tell this to Pisces too. The fantasy of how you want this 10 of Cups to look is not turning out the way that you thought it was going to. And you're like, oh my God, they're so slow. And when they come in, it's like so fleeting. The Knight of Wands. It's like, it takes them a really long time to come in, and then they show up, and then they're gone again. And then it's taking a long time again, right? It's like these really quick in and outs in between very long stretches of silence. And I get how important they are to you. They're part of your soul tribe, right? Maybe and this is just something that popped up. I don't want to trigger anybody. Maybe they're married. Maybe they're in another relationship or something like that, and they're just unavailable. But they're very important to you in some way. Here's the thing. You can offer yourself something substantial, and they cannot. And that's the most important thing to think about right now. Maybe someday they will, but that's their journey. And you have to allow them the respect to walk their own journey without you latching on and saying, but come with me, come with me. Because you want the reality of the 10 of Cups. And right now, that's just simply not happening. You're actually in a much more anxious state of mind than you should be, than you need to be. So in order to get the 10 of Cups, let yourself achieve that, right? You're the one you want this shift to happen. You've been working really, really hard to get this fortune, to get this Wheel of Fortune to turn in your favor. You've been working with the energies. You've been purging. You've been doing the work, yada, yada, yada. And you're like, it's not happening. Why is it not happening? I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work. Yes, you are doing the work, but you're still latching on to one small thing that can set you back. And you have another ace. Ace of Pentacles, Lovers, the Tower, Nine of Pentacles. There's another ace. Ace of Swords, the Emperor. There you are. Five of Cups, Devil, Star. This is a storyline that laid out so easily. Let me tell you it. Man, there have been some really, and I'm not like picking on everybody. I'm really not. But these readings for January are so big and so transformational and so heavy and deep that I am just laying out hard truths. And I'm not doing it to trigger people, and I'm not doing it to get people mad at me. I'm telling you what Spirit's saying. I'm telling you what the cards are saying. And you know the energy that's coming, right? You can work with the energy in any way, shape, or you don't have to get rid of the person. That's fine. That's your prerogative. But if they keep showing up and keep coming back, this progress isn't going to happen. When it's like you feel like we have the Ace of Pentacles here, and the universe is trying to offer you something really, really stable. And the only way for that stability to happen is for you to make a choice to allow the Tower to wipe clean. And the Tower are the eclipses, right? The Tower is Uranus still transiting through Aries, going back into Taurus. And that's going to be for another couple of months. The Tower is helping you rid yourself of having to make the choice, because the Tower is going to make the choice for you. And I feel like that is a crumbling of a connection, and that's the wrong way to put it, because the connection's always going to be there. When you have a soul connection with somebody that's that deep, it's always going to be there, but you hold space for them. You don't wait for them. You are abundant on your own. Nine of Pentacles. You are abundant on your own. You don't need to feel like somebody else needs to be there to help push you along. And when you finally, eclipse time, hello, decide to come into your power, Ace of Swords, Emperor, yes, it'll be hard. Yes, it might feel like you're losing everything, but really releasing all of the toxicity and cutting yourself away from those chains are going to bring you to great purpose and great promise. And after all of this is said and done, you have to remember that you still have something behind you. You're just not seeing it, right? And you work really hard. You get up and you just keep going. Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, through all of the petty bullshit. Watch yourself during this time, because I feel like you'll be easily triggered. It's like you're trying, like after you get rid of everything, you're trying to just go on your merry little way and like do your thing and do your business and do whatever you need to do. People might drive you insane. And it could be that you're triggered again by the past when it comes to the full moon in Leo, the full lunar eclipse in Leo at the end of January. It could be that you're really triggered and just kind of like irritated by everything when that full moon is there, because it's going to help you come into your power. Try to check your ego at the door. Egos are really good to keep us alive. Fear, right? It stops you from walking into a busy street. But when it comes to other people in your life, and cutting this person out who no longer serves you, make sure you're doing it in a loving way and not like a biting way, right? Not like don't just be like, blow up on them and then run away. Release them with love. Get your ego in check, right? And remember, even if you can't see it, Two of Swords, even if you can't see it, King of Wands, Judgment, and the Sun. It's beautiful. So beautiful. It's all coming for you. Judgment is like karma and the Sun. And it's almost like you're recognizing how you continue, you're like releasing the bad karma in your life so you can be filled up with all of the goodness. And I feel like this person has probably triggered a lot of that in you for you to bring up to the surface and release. And now's the time for you to just do it. And excuse me, again, you know, when I channel, like I burp, and that was, I'm also like detoxing. So I'm drinking like green juice and stuff. Anyway, I won't go into details, but that was pretty interesting. Awkward Virgo moment. Oh my God. It's like, AVS. I call it AVS, Awkward Virgo Syndrome. That's what that was right there. My apologies. Awkward Virgo Syndrome. So I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was going to say, it's not, you're not like losing, like you're not removing this person out of your life 100% completely. And maybe you are, that's what you have to do. My little Buddha over here. Maybe that's just what you have to do, right? Look at the laughing Buddha, big smiles. That'll like raise your vibration. Maybe you have to release this person out of your life, but the reason why you have to do it is to gain your own power. Maybe the person comes back. It feels like a very strong connection. It doesn't feel like it was just a, you know, one of those fleeting romances or something like that. The thing is the reason why we hold on to people is the fear of losing them. When you don't ever really lose them, the physical is an illusion. But when we hang on to people in the physical, it stops our soul growth. See how that's all connected? You hang on to somebody in a codependent way, you need to make room. So that's what you're doing in January. I love you guys. All my readings on my website, fearlessintuition.net, up to 25% off. And Chatelize. I have Chatelize sessions for this coming Friday on the 28th of December. I will be opening up sessions for Fridays in January as well. So take advantage of that. They're really fun. You get to take a selfie with me. It's great. And what else? I think that's it. There's really big stuff happening with the channel in 2019. And I will be traveling west this year because last year I was in the east. This year I'll be going west. And so watch out for all of those announcements and stuff. I love you guys. I will have a redo of your January 2019. I am going to do all of the other signs first and then come back and do yours. I feel like that's only fair. Plus, I still have a lot of personal readings to do. So that'll probably all start happening in January. But I love you all. Take really good care of yourselves. And happy holidays and happy new year. Bye.